Good morning, guys. What we'll learn in yesterday's class? In yesterday's class, okay, we discussed about the electric flux. Okay, that Michael Faraday conducted an experiment to define electric flux and electric flux density. Right. In yesterday's class, we learn about that experiment. Okay, how they performed experiment to find that electric flux. Okay, simply they consider two concentric spheres, that inner sphere and outer sphere are separated by some dielectric material. Okay, or here area is considered as a dielectric material, and the outer sphere is connected to ground with one tic-tac switch. Okay, or momentarily connected means the tic-tac switch. Okay, uh, okay, how much charge deposited on the inner surface of that inner sphere, the equal and opposite charge is developed at the outer sphere when the switch is momentarily connected to the ground. That is the experiment. But how much quantity developed at the surface of outer surface of the sphere, which depends upon the uh, charge on the inner surface. Okay, but that is opposite charge developed at outer sphere. Okay, that is the experiment conducted by Michael Faraday in 1837. Right. Okay, that concept is systematically mentioned here. Okay, from that we define the electric flux. That electric flux is created due to the electric charge, right? That's why psi equal to Q. Okay, psi is the okay, universal notation for electric flux. Okay, and okay, that psi is the universal notation for electric flux. Okay, that flux is always depends upon how much charge imposed. That's why psi equal to Q. Okay, psi equal to Q. Okay, see here, this is the internal charge plus Q, which is always extends towards that opposite charge. Okay, towards that opposite charge. Okay, see here, this is the outward direction from the positive charge, and this is the inward direction towards that negative charge. Okay, at the same time, that energy flow is always from higher concentration to lower concentration, right? Okay, just like our water flow. Okay, C and D. See here, C and D representations are also like this: plus Q to minus Q okay, migration, plus Q to minus Q migration from both positive charge and negative charge. Okay. Next, electric flux density. Electric flux density. Uh, Here, the electric flux density is defined with the D. D equal to psi by S, right? Flux per area. The D equal to psi by S. But okay, it is a confined, not confined to specific area. That's why it is always considered that it's a differential form. So D equal to D psi by ds. So the electric flux density D at any point depends upon the direction of differential surface area. That's why D equal, okay, D psi equal to D dot ds. Okay, with an some inclination angle that is represented with cos theta. Okay, that is for an electric flux density D, the flux is passing through the surface area ds. Okay, that's why d psi equal to d into ds cos theta. Okay, that is for electric flux density, the flux is passing through the surface area of ds. Okay, or simply the dot product of d and ds. Next, electric flux density due to point charge. The electric flux density due to point charge q. Okay, here simply they consider a point charge plus q. Okay, within the sphere. Okay, at a particular point, what is the density of the electric? Okay, consider an imaginary sphere of radius r at point charge q plus q. Okay, at the center, the flux lines originating from this plus q towards that minus q over the surface of the sphere. Okay, here we consider at any point, okay, the flux density at a differential surface ds, d equal to d. Okay, as per the definition, d equal to d psi by ds. Okay, the total. Okay, uh, for that, here we have to define what is the fundamental expressions for d. Okay, just you have to substitute that parameters of that sphere. Total flux is psi, surface area is 4 pi r square, so psi by 4 pi r square. Already you know psi equal to q as per the definition, right? Okay, and how much charge developed depends upon, okay, depends upon, okay, flux, right? Psi equal to q, so replace psi with q by 4 pi r square. Okay, in the direction of r. Okay, so the d and e, okay, there is a strong relation between d and e. Here it is very very important. Okay, see here the electric field in e at a distance of distance r from the positive charge q, then e equal to q by 4 pi epsilon r square is the fundamental expression, okay, which is defined from that Coulomb's law. Okay, where q by 4 pi r square is replaced with d, so that the expression is d by epsilon. Okay, from that expression d equal to epsilon e, this is the basic relation between electric flux density d and electric field strength e. Okay, d and e are related through the permittivity of that medium. Okay, that is the meaning. Okay, d equal to epsilon e means d equal to epsilon times e. Okay, and what is the direct relation? D directly not equal to e, okay, which depends upon some medium permittivity, right? So e is a function of the permittivity of the medium, while the flux density is not. Okay, remember that point. For a medium where permittivity is constant, the directional displacement flux density is along the direction of e. Okay, these points are also will and LD flux density due to charge distributions. Okay, this is also, you know, okay, what is the electric field strength of infinite line? Rho L by 2 pi epsilon rho, right? So according to the electric flux density D equal to epsilon E, epsilon epsilon cancel, rho L by 2 pi rho. Similarly for sheet charge, rho S by 2. Okay, similarly for volume charge. Okay, see here. Okay, this is enough for volume integration. Okay, volume charge density representation. Okay, so now today's concept is the Gauss law. Okay, this is very very important. Okay, Gauss law in integral form and Gauss law in point form. Okay, 2 points are there. See here, Gauss law states that the net electric flux passing through the any closed surface. Okay, what? Gauss law states that the net electric flux passing. Okay, just like that experiment. Okay, Michael Faraday conducted one experiment, right? Okay, that is the statement here. The Gauss law states that, okay, but there is a slight change. Okay, this is the integral form and there is a mathematical notation. Uh, okay, and differential integral forms. The differential form is called point form. This is the integral form. Okay, two forms are there. Okay, Gauss. Gauss law states that, okay, Gauss law. Gauss is the scientist name again. Okay, Gauss law states that the net electric flux passing through any closed surface is equal to the total charge enclosed by that surface. Okay, total charge enclosed by the surface. Mathematically, it can be expressed as psi equal to q enclosed. Okay, the q enclosed of the inner surface. Remember that point, which is equivalent to surface integral of d dot ds. Okay, this is the statement. Next, you have to prove the same here, where q enclosed equal to enclosed charge, d equal to electric flux density, and ds equal to differential surface area. Okay, for the to define the proof, see here, consider an arbitrary surface enclosing a charge q. See here, consider an arbitrary surface, not a circular. Remember the point. Consider an arbitrary surface enclosing charge q. Let's ds be a differential surface area through which net flux passes. Okay, the differential surface area vector is always chosen normal to the surface area. Okay, the differential surface area ds, see here, the differential surface area ds, okay, is always chosen normal to the surface area, okay, which is just taken it like a perpendicular to the surface area. Okay, remember that point. Okay, charge enclosed by the surface is how much? ds equal to ds along the direction of, okay, normal vector an. Okay, as we know that electric flux density, as we know that electric flux density at a distance r from that point charge q is it is the fundamental definition d equal to q by 4 pi r square from the earlier. Okay, taking the dot product with surface area, so d dot ds equal to, see here, did you understand? Here step one is first you have to find out the ds, second point find the d, third point d dot ds. Okay, charge enclosed by the surface, yes. Okay, but well, here we consider a arbitrary form, right? Or simply differential form. That's why ds equal to ds in the direction of an. We know that electric flux density at a distance r from the point charge d equal to q by 4 pi r square. This is the second step. Okay, taking the dot product of d and ds. Okay, d and ds equal to q by 4 pi r square into ds an into ar. Okay, it's an into ar. Okay, taking the dot product. Okay, see here, let theta be the angle between the ar and an from that figure. Okay, so d dot ds equal to q by 4 pi r square ds into ar dot an, right? So here that angle is the cos theta, q by 4 pi r square, and when we simply draw a line, okay, and find that angle as as and ar and an, okay, or simply for the dot product we consider the cos theta, right? For cross product we consider the sin theta. Okay, so d dot ds equal to q by 4 pi r square ds ar dot an. So q by 4 pi r square into ds into ar dot an is considered as a cos theta. So the net flux passing through the closed surface obtained by simply taking the integration on both sides. So consider the closed integral. Okay, why? Because here we considered with inner, okay, internal surface area of that sphere, right? So the closed surface angle, the closed surface angle. So closed integral representation is this closed integral of closed surface integral. Okay, this circle represents that closed surface, closed, and s stands for surface area. So closed integral of e dot ds equal to closed integral of q by 4 pi r square ds cos theta. Okay, this is the expression. So when we take the common word q by 4 pi, okay, and ds cos theta by r square. Okay, the quantity ds cos theta is the component of ds in the radial direction, right? So ds cos theta by r square is a projection of ds on a spherical surface of unit radius. This represents a solid angle of the surface area ds at point charge. Okay, this always represents that, okay, solid angle, right? So therefore the solid angle of the sphere is closed integral of ds cos theta by r square. Okay, which is equal to, generally it is uh, actually 4 pi r square. Just generally ds cos theta, generally ds cos theta is the 4 pi r square. Okay, integration of ds cos theta is the 4 pi r square. Okay, but denominator having that r square term, that's why the resultant is the 4 pi. So closed integral of d dot ds equal to q by 4 pi into 4 pi. 4 pi 4 pi cancel, q. Okay, therefore the total displacement through the closed surface is integral d dot ds equal to q or psi. Both are same, right? Q or psi. Okay, so from that we conclude that the q enclosed is the total charge enclosed by the surface due to any charge distribution. Okay, that is the simple statement of Gauss law. Okay, so surface integral of d dot ds equal to q enclosed. Okay, okay, q enclosed is the total charge enclosed by the surface due to any charge distribution. So integral of d dot ds equal to q enclosed. Okay, of course this is not quite important, but differential form is very important. Why? Because okay, that is the Maxwell's first equation. Okay, that is the reason why we consider much more. Okay, see here, this Gauss law having its own limitations. Okay, see here, here the worthy note mentioned here is the surface VAWO which Gauss law applied is called Gaussian surface. Okay, what is meant by Gaussian surface? Gaussian. Okay, even we listen. Okay, you listen about the term Gaussian in PTRP, right? Probability theory. Okay, Gaussian surface means, okay, Gaussian surface means, of course, that is assumed as a uniformly distributed, right? Okay, the surface over which Gauss law is applied is called Gaussian surface. Okay, the Gaussian surface is always closed surface. Remember that point. That Gaussian surface is always closed surface. It may not, it may be any shape. Okay, it may be in any shape. Okay, remember that point. The Gaussian, why? Because that is the limitation of that Gauss law. Okay, the Gaussian surface is always closed surface. It may be of any shape. Okay, and it may be circular or it may be triangular. It may be having any arbitrary shape. Okay, okay, must have a constant electric field. That is the important point. Okay, that must have constant electric field. The surface is chosen that at each point on the Gaussian surface, the flux density D is either normal or tangential to the surface. That is the third point. When D is the normal to the Gaussian surface, D dot ds equal to D dot ds equal to, and that is the complete vector form. Okay, dds, and simply the product is always constant. Okay, if d bar is the tangential to the surface, then d dot ds equal to, and when it is a tangential to the surface, okay, and almost parallel to the surface, d dot ds equal to 0. Why? Because that d is perpendicular to that Gaussian surface. Okay, cos 90 value becomes 0. Okay, if there are more than one charge or charge distributions enclosed with that Gaussian surface, the net charge of the algebraic sum of all the charges, and generally they consider as the algebraic sum. Okay, q1 plus q2 plus q3 up to so on qn. Okay, the volume charge density rho v, then total flux density. Okay, okay, psi equal to, psi is the total flux. Okay, psi equal to volume integral of rho v dv, and how much volume that charge or relative flux it contains. That's why psi equal to volume integral of rho v dv. Okay, the same is represented as a closed integral of d dot ds. Okay, for a line charge, the line charge density. Okay, the volume charge density rho v is closed surface integral of d dot ds. Okay, the line charge with okay, the line charge with charge density rho l. Okay, then psi equal to line integral of rho l dl. Okay, or simply the represented with closed surface integral of ds dot ds. Okay, that is for line charge. Similarly, for surface charge density, psi equal to surface integral of rho s ds equal to closed integral of d dot ds. Okay, of course, both three are same. Okay, so see here, volume to surface, line to surface, surface to surface. Okay, remember that point. Sorry. Okay, Gauss law can be applied to the above described charge distributions when symmetry conditions exist. Okay, it is easy for the symmetrical distributions because of the problem of integration always disappears. Okay, when a proper closure surface is chosen, Gauss law is not useful. There is no suitable Gaussian surface. Okay, and of course this is the limitation, and this is the most frequent asked question in the short answer questions. So what are the limitations of the Gauss law? And this is applied to definitely closure surface. Okay, definitely closure surface. Okay, and can be applied to any arbitrary shape. Okay, that electric field must be constant. Okay, and these are some limitations. Okay, next, see here. Okay, these are the two problems associated to the electric flux density. Okay, a circular disk. Okay, consider a circular disk which is having a radius of 20 meters with charge density rho s equal to 100 sine phi. Okay, nanocoulombs. Okay, enclosed by surfaces. What net flux crosses the surface? Okay, rho s equal to 100 sine phi nanocoulombs, radius a equal to 20 meters. Okay, flux crossing the surface is psi equal to q equal to integral rho s ds from the above expression. Okay, here what are the values ranging from? Okay, here they mentioned that is a circular disc. Okay, it is definitely okay, definitely it is having a shape of circle. Okay, what is the range of the angle is 0 to 25, right? Okay, and the radius, how much radius is 20 meters. Okay, that's why 0 to 20. Okay, here radius is 0 to 20. Okay, remember that point. Okay, simply I am integrating. Okay, what are the ranges of 0 to 25 and 0 to 20, 100 sine phi. Okay, rho into d rho, right? So 100 sine phi. Um, okay, about rho value and phi values. Okay, according to the rho and phi values. Okay, take the term 100 nano to 10 power minus 9. Okay, r value ranges from 0 to 25. Okay, this is the r, right? Rho is the r. Okay, this is the distance, this is rho. Okay, so 0 to 20 rho d rho into 0 to 25 sine phi d phi. So 100 into 10 power minus 9. Okay, according to that rho value. Okay, this 0 to 25 into this term is 0. That's why 100 into 10 power minus 9 into this term into 0. The overall is 0. Okay, and in a closed surface, okay, what is the net flux crosses the surface? Okay, this is the enclosed surface. That's why that net flux is 0. Okay, that is the conclusion. See here, a point charge q equal to 60 nanocoulomb is located at the origin of a Cartesian coordinate system. Find the electric flux density d at 47 minus 8. T point to the find out chain of 100. Okay, what is the point charge they given here? Q equal to 60 nanocoulombs, which is located at 47 minus 8. What is the distance vector? R equal to 4ax from 7ay minus 8a. That is the vector representation. What is the magnitude of that distance vector? So square root of 4 square plus 7 square plus 8 square. Okay, we get 129. So, and what is the unit vector on that direction? 4ax plus 7ay minus 8kzy square root of 4 square plus 7 square plus 8 square. Okay. So this is the distance, I mean, vector along the direction of r. Okay, we know that flux density d equal to q by 4 phi r square. Okay, q value 16 nanocoulombs by 4 phi r square into ar 4ax plus 7ay minus 8kz. Okay, just you have to simplify that above expression, we get that this flux density. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, this is also one of the question in the final examination. Okay, this is about Gauss law in integral form. Okay, next one is the Gauss law in point form. Okay, see here, the next concept is Gauss law in point form. Okay, actually that Gauss law in point form is the Maxwell's first equation. Actually, four types of equations are there. Four types of equations are there. Okay, Gauss law in point form is considered as a Maxwell's first equation. See here, what is the representation here? Gauss law in point form. Gauss law in point form states that the divergence of the electric flux density, the divergence, not convergence. Convergence means towards a single point. Okay, and actually similarly convergence and divergence, right? Okay, for suppose this is the point, this is the other point. Okay, convergence means towards that point is the convergence, towards that point is the convergence. Okay, away from this point is the divergence. Okay, distributed around. Okay, just remember that point. Okay, Gauss law is the point form, states that divergence of the electric flux density is equal to volume charge density at any point in a given medium. Okay, remember that point. Okay, that is a statement of Gauss law in point form. Whereas in Gauss law in integral form is Q enclosed. Okay. 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 Gauss law in point form states that the divergence of the electric flux density is equal to volume charge density at any given point. Okay, and that point form Gauss law is expressed as del dot D equal to rho V. Okay, del dot D equal to rho V. Okay, or simply divergence of D equal to rho V. Okay, but uh, before going to that divergence, okay, let's see what is meant by divergence of electric flux density. Okay, what is the divergence of electric flux density? Okay, from the okay, generally the divergence means away from that single point, right? And in the direction of what? Okay, here we consider not multi-directional, right? Here we consider XYZ direction. Okay, here the divergence of the electric flux density is expressed as del dot D equal to del, okay, dou of dx by dou x, okay, dou of dy by dou y, okay, dou of dz by dou z. Okay, limit, okay, the net volume tends to zero of the closed integral d dot ds by delta v, okay, which is equivalent to its volume charge density rho v. Okay, that is the divergence of flux density is the outflow of electric flux. See here, the divergence of the flux density is the outflow of, okay, that is the point I represented there. Okay, towards a single point is the convergence, away from that or outflow of from that point is the divergence. The divergence of the flux density is the outflow of electric flux from the closed surface. Okay, closed surface per unit volume. Okay, as the volume shrinks to 0. Okay, and simply we are filling a balloon with air. Filling a balloon with air. Filling a balloon with air is the convergence. Okay, simply leaving the air in that balloon is the divergence. Okay, this quantity is equal to the volume charge density. Okay, in physical terms, the divergence of the flux density is the extent to which the flux density behaves as a source or sink at a given point. Okay, the divergence of a non-zero at some point, the divergence is non-zero at that point. At some point, there must be a source or sink at that point. Okay, simply the divergence of the electric flux density in various coordinate systems are represented like this. In Cartesian coordinate system, del dot D equal to dou by dou x, dou of dy by dou y, dou of dz by dou z. For cylindrical coordinate system, 1 by rho into dou by dou rho of rho into dou rho. Okay, 1 by rho into dou by dou phi by dou phi, dou z by, okay, dou into dz by dou z. For spherical coordinate system is this. Okay, no need to remember all these. Okay, in matrix form we directly convert. We are able to convert directly. Okay, that is the divergence. Now come to the actual concept. Okay, See, consider here, let us consider the differential Gaussian surface in the form of rectangular box. Of course, that is closed, okay, with the dimensions of delta x, delta y, delta z towards the Cartesian coordinate system. So here, this is the Cartesian coordinate system x, y, z. Here, consider one rectangular box with length of width and thickness as delta x, delta y, and delta z. Okay, let P be a point. Let P be a point, and anywhere let P be a point must lies in that rectangular box. Let P be the point or center of the box, and let charge Q be enclosed by the surface. Let flux density at the center of the box are D equal to, okay, dx, dy, dz. Okay, in the directions of ax, ay, az. The integral form of the Gauss law, what actually they represents, Q equal to closed integral of d dot ds. Okay, remember that closed integral, that is also one of the important competitive bits. Okay, the integral form of the Gauss law is Q equal to closed integral of d dot ds. Okay, the integration over the closed surface, integration over the closed surface over the box is Q equal to, okay, for the end for entire six parts. Okay, what are the six spots? Okay, for suppose this is the box. Okay, sorry. Okay, surface 1, back side, surface 2, okay, surface 3, surface 4, surface 5, surface 6. The total 6 surfaces it's having. Okay, how many surfaces it contains? 6 surfaces. Okay, integration over the 6 surfaces. See here, front d1 dot ds1, back side d2, and opposite to that front d2 dot ds2, left side d3 dot ds3, okay, right side ds4, d4 dot ds4, okay, top and bottom d5 dot ds, and below d6 dot, okay, d6 dot ds6. Okay, where d1 to d6 are the flux densities on the surfaces of a differential surface areas of ds1 to ds6. Okay, since the point P at the center and the box surfaces are very well, the flux density at the front of the surface is approximately equal to, okay, according to Taylor series expansion. Okay, or simply just leave it for each term. Okay, d1 equal to dx, okay, dou by dou x of dou x into delta x by 2, okay, for each side. That's why here mentioned like this. Okay, similarly, okay, similarly for remaining surfaces also. Similarly for remaining surfaces also, for d1, d2, d3, d4, d5, d6. Okay, d1, d2, d3. Okay, front and back, top and bottom, left and right. See here, almost all are same, right? Front and back, they are equal. Left and right, they are equal. Top and bottom, they are equal. Why? Because that is a rectangular surface. Okay, rectangular cube, where delta x, delta y, delta z is the generally volume. Okay, differential volume, delta v, they are represented like this. Okay, from the table expression 2.51, see here, this is the expression. Okay, I'm integrating, or simply I am adding. Okay, 6 surfaces. Okay, so dou by dou x of delta x, delta v, and delta v in this sense, delta v in this sense, delta x, delta y, delta z. Okay, it's volume, right? Okay, dou y by dou y, dou dy by dou y, dou dz by dou z. Okay, of course, this is approximately equal to dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z of dx, dy, dz, whole value of delta v. Okay, the charge enclosed in that volume is given by, so q by delta v, charge by its volume means what it means. Q by v means v is the volume. Okay, charge per volume is the volume charge density. Can I call it as rho v? Q by delta v equal to dou dx by dou x, dou dy by dou y, dou dz by dou z, right? Dou dx by dou x, dou dy by dou y, dou dz by dou z. Okay, so substituting the value of q. Okay, what is the q according to that statement? Q equal to closed surface integral of d dot ds by d dot ds, right? By delta v equal to dou dx by dou x, dou dy by dou y, dou dz by dou z. Okay, for better approximation, let the let the value delta v tend to 0 by taking the limits. So limit delta v tends to 0, d dot dx ds by delta v equal to limit delta v tends to 0, q by delta v into dou by dou x of and when it actually shrinks, right? We know that the volume charge density is defined as rho v equal to limit delta, okay, delta v tends to 0. It means, okay, the volume becomes shrinking, right? Q by delta v, okay, of the divergence of d equal to rho v equal to, that is the fundamental definition, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, okay, dou d by dou z equal to delta d, where delta is the that representation, okay, with respect to electric flux density. Okay, or simply rho v equal to del dot d. Okay, that is the point form of Gauss law. Okay, that is the uh, first Maxwell equation proposed by the James Maxwell. Okay, Gauss law in point form and Gauss law in integral form. Okay, and this is the definition of divergence. Okay, are you clear? Okay, what we learned in today's class? Gauss law in integral form, Gauss law in point form. Okay, Gauss law in integral form is simply, okay, del dot d, point form is del dot d equal to rho v, whereas in integral form, okay, q equal to, okay, d dot ds, that is the integral form. Okay, or q enclosed equal to surface integral of d dot ds. Okay, or simply charge enclosed by that surface. The electric flux density around a closed path is always equal to charge enclosed by that surface. Okay, that is the integral form. Okay, it is very, very important. And the point form of Gauss law is represented in Maxwell's first equation. Okay, hope you understand that today's concept. Okay, that's all about the today's class. Okay, I will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.